Welcome to BSc Statistics students. In this lesson, we discuss limits of Karl Pearson coefficient of skewness. What are the limits of Karl Pearson coefficient of skewness? What is the formula of Karl Pearson coefficient of skewness? The Karl Pearson coefficient of skewness, SKP, it is equivalent to be 3 into mean minus median divided by standard deviation. This is what the formula. I write 3 into x bar minus median divided by standard deviation sigma, I write. Right? Now I consider x bar minus median, the value of x bar minus median, and so that the modulus of x bar minus median, so that what you will have, consider modulus of x bar minus median. This is the result I am considering, in which I write the formula of x bar. What is the formula of x bar? 1 by n summation I is equal to 1 to n xi minus median, right? And which implies it is going to be, which is equivalent to be, I take this median inside of the summation, like summation of xi minus constant, we can write as 1 by n summation xi minus constant, we can write as 1 by n summation xi minus constant, because 1 by n summation xi minus 1 by n summation constant is n into constant. Hope you understand? So that is the reason why I am taking this particular median inside the summation, that is 1 by n summation I is equal to 1 to n xi minus median. Now you hope you understand. This is because of this. If we consider 1 by n summation xi minus constant, now it is 1 by n summation, if you consider it is in summation I summation xi minus constant, then if you consider, if you separate it, 1 by n summation xi minus 1 by n summation constant is n into constant, so n will get cancelled and constant will be there. So therefore that is the reason why I am taking inside the median. Median is a one such value is constant, does not depend on summation, therefore we can consider inside, because of you have n 1 by n here, so therefore n will get cancelled and again median will be here. So therefore I have considered in this fashion. Now you see, we have another kind of a simple result, which is summation of a constant, summation of modulus of summation xi, which is nothing but less than or equal to summation of modulus of xi, right? This is another kind of result you have. Now I'm applying here, it is less than or equal to, which is, first of all I take 1 by n outside, is equivalent to be 1 by n I am taking outside, and modulus of summation I is equal to 1 to n xi minus median, right? Now I'm applying this, that is summation, modulus of summation is nothing but less than or equal to summation modulus, that is, if you apply here less than or equal to 1 by n and summation I is equal to 1 to n modulus of xi minus median, do you understand this? Some modulus of summation, it is less than or equal to, leave 1 by n is a constant. Some modulus of summation, it is less than or equal to summation of modulus of xi minus median, which means here. If you understand, it is hope you understand, it is very clear. modulus of summation xi minus median, it can be written as some less than or equal to summation of modulus of xi minus median. So therefore, what is this modulus of x bar minus median? It is less than or equal to 1 by n summation I is equal to 1 to n modulus of xi minus median. This is what at the end we have specified. Now I take two particular results. So what is this formula? You please observe here. This is the formula 1 by n summation I is equal to 1 to n modulus of xi minus median. Xi minus a. The formula is mean deviation. Mean deviation that can be calculated from through three particular values. Through the three values usually. Mean, either from mean or from median or from mode. And this is what now I specify one result for the mean deviation. Mean deviation about mean, about median, about mode. Which is least. Mean deviation is least when it is taken from median. You have to remember this result. Mean deviation is least. It takes the least value when it is calculated from the median. That is, if you compare with, it is taken from median, it is taken from mean and mode. Median is lesser value than remaining mean and mode. So now I want to compare with median and mean. Therefore, you can easily identify that. You can easily say that. What I am writing here, modulus of x bar minus median, which is less than or equal to this value I am writing 1 by n summation I is equal to 1 to n modulus of xi minus median. This is what the formula of mean deviation about median. It is taken from median. It is all what I am specifying. It is always least. It is always takes least value than by comparing. Now I am comparing with it is always less than or equal to 1 by n summation I is equal to 1 to n modulus of xi minus x bar. I am taking the same mean deviation from mean. Hope you understand. It is taken from median. It is taken from mean. Same mean deviation I am calculating. I am taking same mean deviation. It is taken from median. It is least. Therefore, I am writing as less than or equal to. There is no relation for this less than or equal to and this. This is the value, only this one, 1 by n summation modulus of xi minus median less than or equal to 1 by n summation I is equal to 1 to n x modulus of xi minus x bar. If you compare these two, mean deviation from median, mean deviation from mean, then it is lesser value than remaining all. Therefore, my conclusion of this. And now, I compare another result. The mean deviation is always less than or equal to standard deviation. It is always less than or equal to standard deviation. I am using this result. This is mean deviation. Therefore, it is always less than or equal to standard deviation. What I write? It is less than or equal to standard deviation. Okay. Now, this is by using these two are another results I am comparing. This is mean deviation, this is standard deviation. Therefore, since mean deviation is less than or equal to standard deviation, this is less than or equal to standard deviation. What is standard deviation? Usually we are writing is sigma. Okay, I am writing as sigma. Now, these are the comparisons we made. Now, at the end, I want to compare modulus of x bar minus median. It is less than or equal to sigma. Right? So now I compare. I have compared all these, and then finally what I do? It is modulus. I consider modulus of x bar minus median. It is less than or equal to sigma. Clear? Or standard deviation, whatever you can consider. So this is what the end result we have. Now, by taking this result, modulus of x bar minus median divided by sigma, it is less than or equal to 1. Why? Because I am taking standard deviation sigma, sigma is always greater than 0. So therefore I have included into the modulus. So therefore there is nothing wrong because sigma is always greater than or equal to 0. Right? So therefore this is the formula x bar minus median by sigma. But our formula of Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness is 3 multiplied by. Okay? So if you multiply with 3, then what you will get? Or else with this also we can calculate anyhow. I am multiplying with 3. So which implies modulus of 3 multiplied by x bar minus median divided by sigma, which is less than or equal to 3. Okay? And we know another particular result, which is if modulus of x is less than or equal to a, which means it is lies in between minus a to a. Minus a is less than x less than a or less than or equal to. Right? So therefore I am using the result for this. Modulus of 3 into x bar minus median divided by sigma is always less than or equal to 3. Therefore by using this result we can write as it is minus 3, which implies minus 3 it is less than or equal to 3 into x bar minus median divided by sigma, which is always less than or equal to 3. It is lies in between minus 3 to 3. That is what required. What is this? 3 into x bar minus median divided by sigma. It is nothing but Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness. Therefore minus 3 is less than or equal to skp, it is less than or equal to plus 3. So therefore limits of Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness are plus or minus 3. Limits of Karl-Pearson coefficient of skewness are plus or minus 3. Do you understand this? Thank you.